Hello YouTube, I am Mr. Miyagi-Moto, and this is my very first upload to YouTube. Hope you guys like it as much as I enjoyed playing it and commentating it. Anyway, about this channel, it's definitely going to be a Pokemon-oriented channel. I'm going to be playing online battles, Wi-Fi battles, and TCG both, hopefully. So, anyway, this actually, Josh has helped me out here, and this is his ace card, because mine, I got it in the mail, and it was faulty. The connectors were all screwed up, and I was like, why? So anyway, let's get into this battle. I'm challenged by this dude, TheWaffleMaster100. Anyway, I lead with my Victini, and I know from prior experiences that I can live a U-turn from a Flygon as long as it's Choice Scarfed and not Choice Banded. But he definitely doesn't U-turn, and I just get shat on very quickly in this battle. So I was just like, fuh. And then I go into my Voodoo because I know all Flygons ever existed are definitely choiced. Although I know there are other people, but it's obviously choiced. So I'm not going to set up with my Voodoo because he's got Zapdos, and it's way too early in the game to set up. I know early game sweeps are like, yeah, early game sweep. It doesn't work. Anyway, he switches into his specially defensive Registeel to take the Scald, and it definitely didn't do anything, even with the crit. So I switch into Manny. Get the reference, anybody? Yeah. So while he sets up his rocks, I'm like, rocks, I got a spinner. Hey, I actually got a spinner. Woot. So he's not going to stay in, fearing this dynamic punch, and I am just going to take that time to set up my sub. Now he switches into his Nidoqueen, and now that I'm behind the sub, he's definitely thinking, oh my gosh, he's going to Ice Punch me, and my Nidoqueen's dead. But Manny does not have the Ice Punch because I needed some serious priority on this team and I had to get rid of Ice Punch. So anyway, I go for the Dynamic Punch just to get the Confusion Axe, which he switches into Milotic. I mean, it makes sense, but I get the Confusion. I hit Milotic as hard as I can with Manny, and so I'm like, okay, why not just do it again? So right here, he switches back into his Nidoqueen, which I'm like, alright, you know, it'll still do some damage. I mean, it's not very effective, man. It'll do some. And it does way less than I thought. I thought I'd at least get him, I don't know, more than that. So anyway, I'm like, okay, nothing's gonna work. I might as well just see what my Bullet Punch can do to him. And so I Bullet Punch, and it does the same, if not even less. And having him confused here really, really helps, because I realized, hey, he's going to set up everywhere. He's going to get as many spikes as he can up, and that's going to hurt my team very, very much. So I'm like, alright, you know, I can hit him once more. One layer of spikes isn't going to be that big a deal. And he hurts himself in confusion again. I was like, yes. But as lucky as I am in this battle, I definitely shouldn't push my luck too much, so I need to get out of there. So I switch into my Bushwhacker. And I was like, okay, he's an outspeed, obviously. And he hurts himself in confusion again. I never got to see what this Nidoqueen was going to do, but I assumed it was going to do something along the lines of spikes. So anyway, I go for the Earth Power just to kill it off. I mean, that's obvious. And here he's like, okay, you know, Zapdos, walls this thing. What am I going to do? HP Ice? I have HP Ice, but I wasn't sure I wanted to get rid of my Bushwhacker just yet. So I switch into my Hitmontop, thinking, alright, I'll be able to live. I've got some specially defensive investment. I'll be able to live this. It's all good. And he goes for the Heat Wave just to take it. And I'm like, alright, you know, rocks damage plus the Heat Wave takes me to about half. Somewhere around there. And just one or two off. And plus 8 lefties. I'll be able to live another Heat Wave. Wait a second. He's got Thunderbolt. Duh. So I was like, wow, what a complete waste. So now I switch into Pacquiao, my bad. And I go for the Stone Edge, knowing that because I've got maxed out HP and maxed out attack, I know I can live one Thunderbolt. I was like, at least I thought I can. And I do. I live with 121 health, and I go for the Stone Edge just to get rid of this Zapdos. Now this Zapdos was a big threat to my Suicune because that is the key player in this game. You'll see eventually. And so I finally got rid of that threat. So now I know with my Suicune I can start Calm Minding and being safe. So he sends out his Weavile. And right here I was like, Weavile. He's going to Pursuit or Ice Shard. Both of those make sense. So I'm going to Bullet Punch, predicting the Pursuit on some off chance. But I Bullet Punch, and he's like, and he goes Ice Punch. I was like, the fuck? Why would you do Ice Punch? Why? It doesn't even make sense. I did that damage. And I realized, hey, he doesn't have Ice Shard. I was just like, yes, he doesn't. So I know now that he doesn't have Ice Shard, which is very, very helpful. So I know with Voodoo, Zapdos is gone. He's maxed out defense, maxed out HP. He's definitely going to be able to take a lot of hits from these Weavile, and he's probably end up going to kill himself. So I take this chance to set up, of course, and I set up a Calm Mind, and he can't do anything to me here, so he's got to be forced to switch out. And he switches into his Registeel, and he's thinking, all right, I'm just gonna T-Wave him. This Suicune, although he's setting up, is still gonna be worthless. And so right here, I go for the Skull just to scout, because last time it didn't do that much, and I knew he was gonna T-Wave, or do some status-inducing move to me, because that's the only way he can stop my Suicune at this point. So I do that, and I'm like, whoa! And then I look down at the bottom of the screen, and it was a critical hit. I was like, that definitely makes sense. So he gets the T-Wave up, and I'm like, alright, I just need to rest. You know, that's what you need to do, to get rid of that Parahax, because that definitely is going to hurt. So on the very first turn, I'm like, alright, you know, he's going to obviously Seismic Toss. I got 324 health, which means I can live 4 Seismic Tosses. So I'm definitely in the safe range still with my Voodoo. Voodoo, the man of the match, of course. And so I take that one, get Parahax. I'm like, alright, not even freaking out yet. Until I take 2 more, then I'll be freaking out quite a bit. But I don't. And he gets burned. And at this point, I'm like, oh, he's getting burned and he's getting healed. But the burn is doing more damage than he's getting healed per turn. So I'm perfectly fine with just sitting behind a rest, not worrying about anything, setting up as much Calm Minds as I can. Because he's not going to be able to kill me unless he gets, I don't know, unless he gets super duper lucky. So anyway, I'm going to Sleep Talk. I'm like, alright, 1/3 chance of Scald, 1/3 chance of Calm Mind. Either one of them, I'll be perfectly fine with. First turn of Sleep Talking, I go for the rest. I'm like, wow, I really hope this isn't a trend. Because a previous battle on Pokemon Online, I definitely got 4 Sleep Talk rests in a row. That was just terrible. So I was like, okay, this cannot happen again. This Voodoo is bad Voodoo for me. But no, he's not, because this turn he goes for the Sleep Talk, he gets the Calm Mind, and he's perfectly fine. So this Registeel, I know I'm going to wake up on this next turn, and Registeel, he's going to die because of his burn. So I'm like, alright, so he's definitely going to switch into Flygon after he dies from the burn. And so I want to be up against this Flygon with near as full health as I can. But right here, he doesn't do what I think, but it doesn't really matter. Or so I think. So anyway, he switches into his Flygon on this turn, which I was like, why would you save the Registeel? It will die as soon as you toss it. And I was like, Death Fodder can be useful. So I go into my rest just to have full health, and I'm like, alright, max defense versus this most likely choice scarfed Flygon. So he outrages. I'm like, ha ha ha, I'll be able to live a couple, 1/3 chance, I'll be able to do it. He gets a crit, which I'm just like, alright, you know, not worrying yet. I can get off 2 Sleep Talks. First time I get the rest, and now I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely worrying. Definitely worrying. But I'll be like, alright, you know, I'll live the other outrage, I'll get another Sleep Talk, I'll get my Scald, the Flygon will be gone. And right here, Sleep Talk, Calm Mind. Why do you do this to me, Suicune? But I was like, alright, you know, he gets out of this outrage, he kills my Voodoo, which is very key, and definitely made me think, I was like, alright, I'm screwed, I have nothing to do. But I remembered, hey, with outrage, he's confused. This confusion definitely played a big play, and I was like, alright, you know, it gives me a chance to set up, because I've had very good luck with confusion in this battle. I was like, alright, I'll set up my sub as he either switches or stays in, but he's not going to stay in, he's going to switch into his Registeel, which is going to die, He was actually predicting the sucker punch. So I take this time to set up my sub, and his Registeel kills itself with burn. He's all burnt out. So anyway, I'm like, alright, I'm sitting behind my sub, feeling good. What is he going to send out? He sends out his Weavile. And I'm like, alright, I'll get greedy. He definitely does not have Ice Shard. So I know he'll kill me off this turn with Low Kick. Saw that coming, but I will take this time to set up my Swords Dance, which is very, very key in this battle. I set up my Swords Dance, and I know I'm gold. I'm like, Weavile, you're definitely not having Ice Shard, because you showed that earlier. And this is actually the only Pokemon that I noticed that he did not get exactly set for set off Smogon. I was like, I don't know why you take priority off a Pokemon, because priority makes the game. It really does. So full health Flygon, I was like, oh no. And then Bisharp comes out the man. Now the reason I was thinking oh no is because I previously had Life Orb on my Knight, but now I have Lefties. So, but it ends up taking him out. He switches into a Milotic, which I know at this point it's GG. The only thing he could have done is, I guess, he could have stalled me out of Sucker Punches. Then I would have had to Iron Head, but it wouldn't have mattered because I still had Shrubbery left. So anyway, that's GG. I hope you guys liked my narration. I'd love the feedback, anything you guys can give me. I'm Mr. Miyagi-Moto. Peace out.